Alright everyone, welcome back to part 6 of our 0 to SSF hero journey. Man, I couldn't wait to get back into this action. Had some real life stuff to attend to, but I'm back and we can go ahead and start off with Act 6. Just 1 second before that, we're gonna just take to go through our gear. Now, in the last episode, we managed to secure a 5-link, a really nice upgrade, which unfortunately I wanted to get 5 red sockets on. I could probably try and do that now. I have 3 chromatics, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna be lucky enough to get 5 red sockets, although this is an armor base. It could happen, but I don't want to risk bricking my my chest piece, so we're gonna get like 10-12 chromatic orbs and maybe do that. Our weapon right now, so it's 260 almost physical DPS, although that's with quality. As you can see, I don't have any quality on the weapon. We're gonna need some whetstones to do that. And the second thing that we want to check is our resistances. Obviously the lightning resistance is fine for the moment. Fire and cold are kinda good. We're gonna need the fire for the first boss, Tukohama, and then we're gonna need the cold res for the last boss of Act 6. And realistically, I think I have only one place to... we have lightning resist here. No open suffix, no open suffix. Yes, or our amulet is the only place we can put up some resistances, and I don't think I have the recipe yet for dual resist. The perfect option would have been to put up some fire and cold, but I guess we're gonna have to go with the all res. So 5 to 8 all resistances. 6, I mean, it's still something, better than nothing. So yeah, fire resist is on the low side, but then again we do have the endurance charges, and actually that's my first, I think, goal for the following couple of levels. We're gonna head up and get this endurance charge. We also need to get a second endurance charge over here. Actually, I think this is the closer one, and it does have a dexterity node, which we might need. So we're gonna do that and actually get that just extra bit of resist from endurance charges. Obviously it's not something that we're gonna rely on in the long run, but I mean, for the moment it's gonna do the job. I don't think we're gonna have much of an issue, to be honest, and most likely it's gonna be something that's gonna be fixed all the way in Act 7. Yeah, first chromatic that we get. Actually, staffs aren't a bad supplement for the two-handed axe, although I think they do have a lower attack speed. Yeah, this one is bad. Oh well. Yep, we're just gonna skip this boss. We don't really need that. to be honest, the first zone is usually the one that's more difficult, so this ends up being fine. I think we don't have much of an issue finishing Act 1. So levels seem pretty good. So I'm gonna head up on this direction first, because I'll need the dexterity node. Okay, so let's see. Now, with endurance charges, we're at 70 something, or at least we should be. And something also that we are looking forward to kind of upgrading is the totem setup, because right now it's just only one. Realistically, I think it will be enough to finish up the game, but maybe move to the other side. Don't forget the mark. So we have our first Pantheon. We might as well just use it because we don't have anything else right now. Probably the goal will be to use the one that gives you cannot be frozen, at least up until we do the Merciless Lab. And now there's usually an expedition in the ridge, which I really want to do. We're skipping this guy, we don't really need him. Yeah, but to be honest, if you compare this to like episode 3 or 4, I don't remember which one was it. Like this axe, which isn't that great even, it makes a world of difference. It's just like blue packs get one tap. And no expedition, unfortunately. That's a bit of a bummer because getting into maps, I think we're gonna need at least 10 to 15 points before you start getting usual expeditions, so that won't be an option for gearing. And here now, these big kind of boxy guys, I usually tend to skip. They're not really worth it because the experience for the amount of damage that you have to do is pretty lackluster. And this is actually our first blueprint. I think we're gonna get the Ascendancy trial now, so we don't waste time later on. We have an essence, although it's a feared one, we don't really need that. And it's on the stanky mob, which will take forever to kill. And another essence. This one we're gonna get though. We do like the hatred. And again, even if it's like a low level one, you can still do it because you can always... Oh, that's nice. No, it's actually the corrupted one, never mind. You can always combine 3 of them to get the next tier of 1, which can be really helpful. Yeah, I'm actually having a bit of trouble seeing, to be honest. Good thing we're a juggernaut. And pull the lever or lever or whatever you want to call it. Another recipe. Double resistances. This is actually something that we needed. And I think we're gonna go back later on to just recraft our amulet. It's gonna be better than the 6 all res that we got. Also, one thing to probably look for is that we do need a green socket in order to get Blood Rage, because I mean, we could still use the frenzy charges, we're right next to them anyway. And it's a lot of attack speed. It's gonna feel a lot smoother, to be honest. Especially while using Leap Slam to move around. Oh, and I probably forgot to mention that off camera I finally managed to get a Fortify link setup, although it's not in our damage setup, it's in the leap slam, but it's still helpful because whenever you move over to one single enemy, it doesn't really matter. You get the Fortify buff, which is, I mean, still 20% less damage, which is multiplicative. And to be honest, at this point we don't really need the experience as well, so you can just skip ahead. I mean, the faster we reach a higher level area, the faster we're gonna get those better pieces to transition into maps, so I guess there's no use in sitting here. Although this being a tower layout, I think it drops the card for the Headhunter, which probably isn't a realistic goal to have at, what is it, 47 item level area. But I mean, if that's what floats your boat, then. And we are lost again. Not you.
I'll not suffer this humiliation again.
Yeah, damage is definitely getting better. I mean, I even think we can pretty much tank this whole... Well, not Chevron's explosions, but with Brutus I think we're pretty fine. Okay, so this isn't fair finding, but... There's the big guy. Oops. I mean, that was like 20% HP, so I think we can just sit here and face tank it. Yeah. What's that, 5k of armor? And it's 90% with the endurance charges, so that's a lot. We're gonna need to dump some stuff though. Now, in the meantime as well, in a real quick off-stream session, I managed to clear up some older bases which I don't really need. This isn't terrible, I guess, for a bow build, but I'm just gonna sell all of this. And we got one fusing. So fusings are definitely an issue. This contract we can't really... We need to go to... We're gonna do that later on, actually. This one we skip. This is gonna be thrown away. And let's go back. Oh, we have rewards to collect. So this is another four-link that we can use. It's not the best, but we're definitely gonna keep it because that's something we won't see soon enough, I guess. Get the dexterity here. But if we can get an essence to craft upon it, we can use the green socket to use Blood Rage, so we get those frenzy charges going. I guess we don't really need it, it's just that it's gonna be a lot smoother. Usually what I do in Act 6 is I don't really go out of my way to pick up the extra passive points, but I guess we're kind of strong enough to do it now, so might as well. So I guess we're gonna go to the next waypoint and come back for that. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go there. Oh, and actually I think the next thing after this endurance charge, I think we're gonna go for the Hatchet Master because the 20% Onslaught is gonna be big. It's pretty much the same as getting a couple of Frenzy charges, which we don't have, so it's kind of a trade-off. Get that soul fight. We're almost full on soul fight, which is nice, so we're gonna be able to just go into Delph immediately until we empty that. Okay, so for this guy we need the fire res and we're almost capped, so and when you're using Bone Shatter, it kind of pays off to have some little guys just beside him, so you get the explosion bonus. And I always forget to mark. And that was pretty chill. Quick exit. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go for the Hatchet Master now. I don't feel we need the defense from the Endurance Charge. So let's just get more attack speed. I think the Puppet Mistress takes a bit longer to kill, but the one passive point will be worth it probably in the long run. Or at least the time that you spend to get it. And just make sure you find the waypoint and you go just straight up. There's a couple of tiles which you can use to find the way. It's like a broken old road which leads to the wetlands. And from there you just go left. Sometimes the entrance is like insanely close to the entrance of the area, but in most cases it's a bit further down. So it should be somewhere around here. I don't really care about killing all of this. I guess maybe we could have popped a pack or two just to get the one extra point, but it's whatever. And now it seems that I spoke too early. Okay, I've never encountered this layout, honestly. Oh, this is actually the first bandit location. Okay, so a bit more attack speed, always nice. And to be honest, I regret not resetting this map. Oh, we found it finally, Jesus. Okay, so the nests we get like really fast, but there's a lot of mobs around them, which helps. Now you do need to care about chaos resistance here, because this is a poison which does chaos damage. And you can see with negative 30 it's a bit of a pain in the... And she also has this kind of a... Oh, there she did it. Kind of a frontal damage cone ability, just like the Act 6 boss. But if you dodge it, that's I think the hardest hitting one, so you shouldn't be worried. And we're full again. I'm gonna go back to sell because I think we're gonna need to stack up on some alterations. I'm not sure how much we have right at the moment, but we're sure gonna need them. Okay, so nothing useful here. This is a 49 item level. We don't really need this because this is a 5 link and I'm expecting this to be replaced at like later 60 levels once we start farming blood aqueducts. And another fusing, that's always helpful. And pick up the items. Exit, and we're back at the waypoint. Oh, talk to Tarkly.
Farewell.
We are out of scrolls again.
Still alive.
And I'm not sure if this is just because SSF, but playing trade I have a lot more scrolls going on, or it's just pure luck. But I haven't seen much of the big stacks dropping, so it should start happening soon. It's, to be honest, the first time I encounter such things. These three here, they could try and run away, in which case, to be honest, I won't really go for them. I don't think they're worth that much. But I mean, we killed those two already. And this one we're gonna skip because he just has way too much life. And we actually need one more point, and we're gonna get the Onslaught buff effect, which should be huge. I mean, the clear speed should improve, and also the movement speed as well. It's like just in a matter of 2 episodes, we went from turtling around to rabbit speed, so something to be happy about. Oh, and this here, don't forget, it's actually the previous zone as well. Whenever you kill something, it sprouts out some larva or a bug or whatever, which does chaos damage, so be on the lookout for that. I have died a couple of times to this. I mean, we're not playing hardcore, but it always sucks to lose experience. And we get the shrine in here, which is a brutal shrine. Exactly what we need. This Labrys here we can get because it's a good base to craft on. Slow attack speed, but the damage could be potentially high. Also, one of you guys pointed out in the comments, I think in the last episode, that the current league mechanic got buffed. I did read a couple of articles on it and watched a couple of videos. It did seem to be buffed in terms of dropping currencies. I haven't checked it out myself. Most likely we're gonna try and see it probably after we finish up at least a part of the Atlas. So at least we have some reliable source of crafting materials coming. But we're definitely gonna try it out. In fact, I think it was Skillmage that published a video yesterday about some... I don't think it's really an exploit, but maybe the new rewards are kind of overtuned. Because I mean, at least a couple of days ago nobody was doing it, and I mean now everyone's talking about it, so kind of makes sense to be a bit overtuned. Although to be fair, I'm not a pretty big fan of this type of league mechanic. It feels a lot like a tower defense type of game. I mean, yes, you're still there hitting stuff, but it's kind of a different idea. And we're still okay with the experience, so we can afford to just jump up ahead. And, oh, we got a unique. Oh, yeah. Got too focused on the unique there. But either way, we need to dump some stuff. Okay, so we have the Onslaught now. This should be huge. We don't have any scrolls again. This we're not gonna be keeping. This prismatic ring actually could be helpful. I'm actually planning on getting the unique tab, as I mentioned before, because I want to try and see how much uniques we can collect. And right now, GGG is running a sale on all stash tabs. I think it's still, let me see, yeah, weekend stash tab sale. So it's still up, and I think I'm gonna get that one just to add some extra goals for the SSF challenge. And this here, by the way, is one of the reasons I want to switch up the ascendancy, or at least the order that we're getting them in. Because right now, I think we died because we are frozen. And I mean, freeze immunity is kind of difficult to get. Unless you pick up the ascendancy. At least from the start, we're not going for ailment immunity, so that's not an option as well. And this is not the right way. Or is it? Yeah, I mean, we can just do a whole Tai Killer session about how he's speedrunning maps and learning maps, and I mean, because I'm lost in every second zone, honestly. Though I've never liked speedrunning it. Life and mana, it's like whatever, but it's better than nothing. I remember when Act 6 was first introduced, I ended up here, and obviously you have to follow these pylons around. And I hated it so much, I was like, why do I have to do this? And fortunately, unless you're in the lab, there are no such game mechanics. And we're gonna get these boots. I think ours are quite low level, so they're due for replacement soon. Oh yeah, definitely. At least the good thing is that you do get a lot of blue packs, so this area here is some place where you can just catch up on literally half a level of experience. But I think we're good on that part as well. No, you see, this is the issue with this. It's such a stupid mob, but it can get you in a whole lot of trouble if you get frozen. And there's another axe here, I think we're gonna pick it up. Okay, so we did that. And Onslaught is pretty nice as well. And if you look up, I think it was Tai Killer again that had a video on it. Oh, I actually didn't click the flag. There is a sort of a skip where from the top of the room you can come directly down, and it saves all of this waiting around for William to come down. I mean, it's still a couple of seconds, but I guess if you're trying to speedrun, could be of help. And now this here is the one map probably that I never actually learned how to read. I always kind of go by, you know, how I'm feeling it. I don't like to stay a lot because these golems, they're pretty, they hit pretty hard. And on top of all, you have the freezers in here. Yeah, and you also have the zombies which spread the tar thing that makes you go 1 mile an hour. Now this one we're definitely gonna skip. Okay, and now we're moving on to more endurance charges. So 3, we're gonna get 2, that's 5. I don't think we get any from the ascendancy, but 5 is still pretty big. Oh, there's the entrance.
So strong, so dedicated. A man like you would never disappoint a lady in need. You're a gift, don't you see?
No, actually, the damage is pretty good. I mean, 6.8k at this level with this weapon. I mean, it could have been worse, definitely, and it was a lot worse. I mean, Act 3 was quite a struggle, as you remember. Okay, so the Brine King, it's a bit of a tough spot to be. I mean, his attacks are pretty slow, so you can easily dodge them, especially with Leaf Slam, and if you have a bit more attack speed. Then he does this thing where, you know, he has this swirling vortex or whatever it is around him, so that does damage and you want to avoid. Obviously, I think those small mobs don't do much damage. And here the more important thing is not to get hit by the lightning of Nessa. But it's not that difficult. I mean, sometimes if you get the RNG, you can literally sit in one place and you're never gonna get hit. So... Oh, and this slows you down as well. But apart from that, his auto attacks are pretty chill. If you have some armor, it should be good. Okay, there, so I needed to move 2 times here. But I see a lot of people, and actually I was one of those as well. I panicked a lot in this situation, in this part of the fight. But I mean, what you can do is literally don't move, stay at one place. Whenever you see a lightning above you, just move around in 1 or 2 steps on whichever side. Okay, so this time we weren't that lucky, but... Yeah, so this smash can definitely hurt, especially if you're like a witch and you're not running any aura or whatever. This I'm gonna throw away. Shields I don't really need. I'm not gonna get back just for this, for these couple of weapons. Or maybe, you know what, I can actually sell them for transmutes, because right now that's what I need. I need a lot of scrolls as well. So this is a lightning resist base. I think I'm gonna keep it just in case our lightning resist gets scuffed for whatever reason. Also, these boots, these do have a space for a life craft, so I'm gonna keep. They have 20 movement resist, 20 movement speed. Sorry. This one we're gonna keep for the lightning res, and this is a unique. I'm not sure whether I store the rest of the uniques, but I don't think we need to care about that too much right now. And now we're pretty much finished. It was a quick, real quick Act 6, but I guess we had the defenses, we had the damage for it, so nothing major, apart from this one time where I got carried away and didn't see it, that I was getting frozen. I think we would have finished unscathed. I think Act 7 will be a breeze too, to be honest. I don't expect there to be any issues, and to be honest, I'm kind of optimistic that we're gonna be okay up until Blood Aqueducts. I mean, resists are good, damage is good, so we got the movement speed, we got the Onslaught. We're still getting 1 endurance charge here, which we're gonna get pretty soon. And then we're probably gonna go for the next one immediately, because there's also a bit of life regen, which helps in here. And then we're gonna go for the Fortify. So stacking a bit of defenses, but I mean, for a smoother sail, I think this is the better way to do it. So yeah, looking forward to going to Act 7. Thanks for watching if you did, and see you next time.